When silence is loud, most people, including myself, hear this and try to fill it. Silence is one of the greatest musical elements that we have. It creates space, contrast, and when placed correctly, can truly enhance a track. Most tracks can benefit from more silence, not less. Silence is not only a good musical element, it's one of life's greatest tools. Recently, I've been deliberately adding silence back into my life. What that looks like for me in reality is I have a job that's about a 35-minute commute. So that's 35 minutes there, 35 minutes back. And this past year, 2025, my commutes were full of podcasts, music, really just anything to fill the space. Over, I don't know, the past 2 or 3 weeks, I've been deliberately not listening to podcasts and not listening to music and just kind of letting the silence be without really trying to cover it up at all. When I first thought of doing this, just the thought of it would make my chest tighten up. I don't know if I was scared of what I would find, or really, I don't really know. But it was amazing how literally nothing could be so intense. But it was something that I had thought about doing for a really long time. So I did it. And man, it was not what I expected it to be. When you first kind of enter the silence, your mind starts panicking a little bit. At least my mind did. I wasn't used to not being flipped on 24/7. So when the silence comes, my mind started to think that something was wrong, that, something was bad. So for those first couple of days of doing this, my mind was just churning. It was looking for anything external that it could latch itself onto and say, well, this is what we're doing right now. You know, this is the thing that we're doing. But then there was a moment, and I can't really tell you exactly when. Maybe it happened kind of over time. But there was a moment where my mind started to relax a little bit and it started to breathe, it felt like. And I think my mind kind of understood at some level that um, this time wasn't for productivity. It wasn't for figuring out any problems. This was just a time to exhale, anything that it had inside of it. Something beautiful really started to happen. I just let my mind wander to wherever it saw fit. And it started to kind of show me things that I needed to see, things that I wasn't even aware of, desires, past scenarios, future scenarios, things that were in my mind somewhere, but weren't really in conscious light, things that I just kind of wasn't even aware of. It really started to explain a lot of patterns in my life. I would have the thought of like, duh, that's why you acted like that. Or, yeah, of course, that's what you wanted. This is why. Here it is, right here. And it really kind of cleared up a lot of the clutter that was bogging down my mind. I think the key with something like this is to not try to get anything from it. The moment you try to get something is the exact moment that you get in your own way. Really, it's about trusting yourself and trusting that your mind is going to show you or take you to the places that you need to be. Your mind knows exactly what you need to see and exactly when you need to see it. Really, it's about building that trust, knowing that whatever it shows you is what you need to see, and then completely dropping any expectation on what that should be because you don't know. You don't know what should show up. You have no idea. But some part of your nervous system or mind or whatever, it knows exactly what you need to see. Now, when I think of my silent commutes, I really look forward to them. I don't get that chest tightness anymore. In fact, it's actually quite the opposite. There's this kind of release that happens when I get into my car. My mind just relaxes and it feels so good. It's equivalent to the feeling of when you've had a really long day and your body is just exhausted and you finally get to crawl into bed and just relax a little bit. It's a different type of pleasure. It's just a feeling of pure relief. It's like a weight has been lifted off of my mind. And the mind learns very quickly. Just a few days of silent commutes, and my mind was already thinking, okay, this is a place where we relax. It's safe to unwind here. There's no threat here. There's just something so freeing about that, to know that there's no place that I need to be. There's nothing that I should be doing. I'm not trying to squeeze anything out of this experience. I'm just experiencing it how it comes. Man, it just feels so good. It feels so good. I can't even explain it. Maybe the next time that you're driving to work or to school, maybe don't put that podcast on, you know. Maybe don't play that music. Maybe invite the silence in and welcome it a bit. You might be surprised at what you find. There's more in the silence than we think. You don't have to fill the space. So, yeah, that's all. It's just something that I've been doing recently and thinking about. So, I just wanted to share it. So, yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.